Good morning. How is everybody? Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back. And for those of you who are new to the channel, hello and welcome as well. My name is Nicole. So this is going to be a collective reading for the sign of Leo for the month of February. This will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, Venus, cross watchers. If that's you, welcome as well. Guys, discern the messages. Remember that not every message is going to be for you. So take what does resonate, leave the rest behind. If you're interested in getting a deeper dive, if this reading does resonate with you, the information for personal readings can be found in the description box below in the About section of the page too. I am a medium. I do channeling work. I do all kinds of stuff when it comes to this. So I encourage you to reach out for a personal reading, and I can send you all the info via the email. So I think that's about it, right? Let's just jump right on into it. If you guys find this video resonates, please like and subscribe to the channel. It's one of the best ways to appreciate or show your appreciation for the channel as well. So Leo, and guys, remember to check your sun, moon, and rising placements as well. Check your other placements. I did get Taurus and Capricorn out yesterday, so switched over to a fire sign for today. We'll see how it goes, right? I hope you guys are doing well. So for Leo, please, Spirit, what does Leo need to know? Motion. Physical activity. Maybe I'm going to call it yearning to get out and do some physical activity. Your body's kind of urging you to get up and get moving is how it feels. For some of you, I get all kind of things. Stretching out of the low back. The low back particularly, I can kind of feel it as I'm shuffling the cards. Spirit for Leo, what does Leo need to know? So we got productivity, Leo. And we've got listen. Some of you are making some, excuse me, some of you guys are making some plans. This may entail some travel. Also, for some of you, you may be going off somewhere new, not really learning, but wanting to learn about, I guess you could say learning about other places, going to see new things. So traveling maybe in the forefront of what it is that you're trying to do. Again, that motion, that moving aspect of things. It's almost like your body is calling you to get away, to try to do something different, to see something differently, to step into some type of change. Traveling, for some reason, is coming through very heavily. Some of you may be it's funny as a fire sign, right? But feel like you're being very called to woodsy type areas, places where you can walk, stretch your legs, just get out and get moving again. It's kind of like there's a need to do this. Because it's going to open up some kind of creative flow for you moving forward. But it's like you're being pulled. You're being pulled. Your body's being drawn into these types of things. Traveling to discover new things, new places, playful. Taking a gentler approach to life maybe than what you have, not being so serious. Kind of like there's that fire energy is there, right? A little sporadic. But at the same time, Leo, it's as if you're not doing it in an off-the-cuff kind of thing. You're feeling out the energy of what it's asking you to do, what it's calling you to do, what your soul is asking you to do, right? For Leo, please, Spirit. Oh, let's see. Rigid and denial. I feel like you've probably denied yourself of these rights for some time. You may have been busy with work, and your body is asking you to listen to it. It's like, okay, we've done it your way for so long. Let's do things a little differently for the sake of feeling better about ourselves. I like this. It feels like steady energy that you're in, that you're not kind of overwhelmed in this get up and go kind of mode as much as it is as you've slowed down, but yet have done what it is that you needed to do, handled your responsibilities and things very well. But in the same breath, now it's like, okay, you've done these things, you've been the responsible, accountable adult kind of thing. Now, what is your body asking for you? So you guys may have had a pretty hectic start to the year, but now it might be slowing down a little bit for some of you. All right, let's see. I'm gonna pull one card on this playful spirit, or 10 of them. Let's see, I'm gonna put those back in. I didn't like the way those fell out. One card for playful, we'll take it. Yeah, bossing up, you've got Emperor, some Aries energy. 2 of Wands, again, that travel, right? Like, where are we going? Stepping outside of the comfort zone, taking an authoritative position, but doing it in a more productive and playful manner. I think that it's much healthier for you. 444 also may be sticking out to you. You may be seeing that sign or synchronicity around you as well. And there's another 4, the 4 of Wands, so 4444. Very nice energy. Yeah, you know, you may even be, I feel this movement of dancing and listening to music, and in the home space, all of a sudden it's like you've taken over the home space, and it, you know, there's reasons to feel accomplished, to feel like you've mastered some things surrounding you. You worked, and now it's kind of like, okay, let's play a little bit. Let's indulge different things for yourself. What is this rigid about? Be careful. You know, for some of you, you may have just closed out a cycle as well. Okay, anyhow. For some of you, you may close out a cycle as well. You got the 8 of Cups and the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Cups on the bottom of that. You know, whatever this was, whether it was work, whether this was life, this was love, this was, you know, who knows what, right? You recognize that there's a need to emotionally disconnect from a situation that left you feeling almost like walking on eggshells, feeling a little bit rigid, recognizing that there needs to be some remedy to some feelings from the past. That 5 of Cups at the bottom, some of you may be dealing with some regret, some remorse, some, you know, shame, vulnerability, like, why didn't I put an end to things sooner? So, you know, I feel like Spirit is just asking you that you've obviously had to make some changes to the home situation, had to be productive, get up, get moving, get flowing, and now you may be finding some new opportunities around you. People may be coming into your life that may be showing you some different things. You may be more inclined to do other things, or becoming more aware of different ways of a higher learning that surround you. So with that, you know, you could be meeting people through work, through friends, through, you know, so much as going to the grocery store, that it's piquing your curiosity, that's giving you something to look forward to after walking away from a particular situation. So indulge in it. Don't deny yourself of the right. And I do feel like for some of you, it's asking yourself where you belong. So you may have been met with some challenges in the past that have made you question where it is that you fit in, or who you fit in with. For some of you, this is kind of like a, even though I don't have it on the table here, like three energies of 3, right? Like, so working with other people, hanging out with other people, seeing other people, just becoming aware of something other than what you've done for so long. So let's see here. I'm gonna use the Psych deck. It's a little bit of a different deck. I felt like I needed to grab that for you. They're talking about work. So anything with work, your efforts are going to be sustained. So whatever effort you've put in the beginning of the year, you know, we're only a month into it. Whatever work you've put in, like say through the month of January, is going to kind of just flow throughout the month of February, which is going to give you more time to focus on things for yourself, which will be nice. Like you've done the work, you've mastered a particular portion of something that's now giving you the space to just kind of let it flow, right? Like let it stay, it's stable, let it flow for a while before you're going to have to make the next creative endeavor happen. You may have been dealing at some point with some third-party kind of stuff as well, that made you make a decision, made you make a choice. You weren't sure if you wanted to stay in something, deal with something, walk away from something at some given point. I'm going to call it conflicting ideas, conflicting thoughts and patterns. And I feel like there was a point where you just said, you know, that's not who I am. It's not what I'm going to do. It's not how I want to feel about certain things. I made myself this promise, this oath, this was not how I was going to do things. It doesn't match where I'm at or what I would like to do. Problem is I feel like you're back and forth in that energy. Kind of, Spirit is calling them twisted fate of events, though. Like, they were supposed to happen a certain way so that you could get a different perspective on what it is that's transforming around you at this time. You may have dealt with some conflict and things of that nature too. Easier to stay in something than it was to make some changes as well. Time to make those significant changes too. So, you know, when the wheel is trying to spin, you are propping up. Nope, it fell down. Okay, fell face up. The Tower. What needed to change? What was the significant period of growth for you? Also, you know, you may have been dealing with some conflicting energies, trying to stand your ground, trying to admit boundaries maybe that you hadn't with before. Some of you may be at a distance also from these people or these situations, but yet it kind of permeates your existence where you are. So pay attention to that, right? All right, for Leo, please. Scales. It may appear to you that some things are unbalanced and fair. I feel like also Spirit is saying that somebody may be blaming you for something they themselves do. So that whole set of projection, like, okay, mom, you know, if this, you know, mom, whoever it is, you're blaming me for these things, but do you understand where I got these traits from? They came from you. You know, you taught me so very well. So, you know, it's someone else coming in and going, you did this, 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 and this. And this may be part of that back and forth energy that it's like, oh, this may be someone that's very close to you that makes you feel bad. So you kind of want to give in, but yet in the same breath, you kind of want to make that change and go, I can admit a boundary here with you, and this is what it is. But yet it's like you're being blamed for something that you yourself, you know, see in that other person. So there's like a mirroring effect of what is happening there, transpiring. Stability, home space, your roots, going back to where you started from. For some of you, this is definitely a travel situation, and the idea, and we're going to go back to that travel, that whatever it is or whoever it is that you're dealing with may be at a distance from you, right? And I talked about that already. I'm going to hold steadfast in the idea that this is probably family, because it's back to where, you know, your roots are, where you came from, how you got to where you are, what built the foundations for you in this life. And there may be a recognition to that too, that some of the foundations that you were given may not have been for your better benefit. You know, we, in the spiritual path, we are always unlearning the things that we had learned that are not part of who we are, but, you know, a set of rules or ideas of who it is that we're supposed to be. And it's trying to break free, right? It's you trying to break free from these ideas or, you know, other people's idea of who you're supposed to be or what you're supposed to do. And this may be that emotional release that you're reaching for at this time. Leo, Spirit, for Leo. If it doesn't work, you got to walk away from it, right? There's not a lot of drive there. There's not a lot of push to want to continue on in whatever the cycle is that you're dealing with a particular person or a dynamic of people. Again, even though I didn't see that 3 of Pentacles, I've got that 3, which is a no in this particular deck, right? It's learning that some things are just not meant to work despite how we would love for them to work, or people to be the role that we assume that they should be. But again, that comes back to, are we putting a role on them just as they have placed a role on us that we are now kind of countering? Some people just aren't capable of, you know, whether it's being a mom, a dad, a great boss, whatever it might be, some people just aren't capable of those particular things. Just because they're in that position doesn't mean it's a position that they hold well. So that may be kind of like your foresight is like, you know, maybe you and mom, and I don't know why I keep going back to mom, but that's what's coming up. Maybe just didn't have a great relationship, you know, not saying that she's a bad person, but she also just may be not a great mom. You know, not the definition of how we see what a mother should be in this life, right? So, let's see. For Leo, what do they need to know moving forward? Leo, what does Leo need to know moving forward, Spirit? All right, so moving forward, guys, through the month of February, what does we need to know? Apparently nothing. Let's do a split here. Expect some emotional manipulation around a situation. This could be somebody, again, blaming you for certain things, certain behaviors. You know, and even if you did, there's that action. I'm telling you guys, there's a lot of forward movement in where it is that you're heading, where it is and what you're doing. You've got that storm warning on the bottom. This person may leave you feeling emotionally depleted. But you also know that it's like, it's time to get up and go. Like, it's time to check out of these emotions. It's time to get past the disappointments and the heartbreak. Outcome for February. You guys, though, are balancing this back out for yourselves. That storm warning, though, still remains on the bottom there. Doors to personal healing and happiness is 7, contract 6. There was something through this cycle that you were supposed to learn. And I do believe that this cycle was going to linger a little bit for a little while. And it just may be some residual stuff. But you are closing out the majority of how this has happened, why this has happened. You are learning through the process. You know, in the beginning there, you know, that work may have just been a good distraction for you, a healthy distraction for a little while. But now as you're becoming, you know, into a more relaxed energy past this situation, you're recognizing that maybe it's not bothering you as much as it did at one point in time, because you're learning how to move. You're learning how to move away from it. Page of Pentacles. We got the 7 of Swords in reverse, the Page of Pentacles. This is for Leo. The 8 of Swords. You're only going to be trapped by the circumstances if you allow those circumstances to trap you, right? You understand, and I talked about that emotional manipulation perhaps too, before these cards even came out, the 2 of Pentacles, and it kind of takes you back into, should I play with this energy, right? Which way should I go? What offer should I take? If it leaves you feeling stuck, it's not for you, right? Because something that feels good is not going to make you feel trapped. But this is also part of your own problem. Like, you've got the ability to exit a situation, not be in a situation. So if that's the case, it's time to step away from something that's not serving of you anymore, right? You've got, you know, you see this, like she could get up and walk away at any single time or any given time that she wants to. She can feel it. She's trying to feel it out, but she's not quite there. Give yourself the permission to let go of this. Again, another card of movement, Chariot. A lot of movement for you guys moving forward. Expect to deal with your emotions in the month of February. There's really not cups on the table, but that one. But still, it's working through the emotional and mental aspects of saying enough is enough, right? So be comfortable in taking those steps forward. King of Swords, you're getting sharp mental clarity, death. There we go. Scorpio energy. King of Cups. What did you say? I said about your head and your heart, getting those together in alignment. And I feel like you are. Ace of Pentacles in reverse on the bottom, the 5 of Wands on the bottom in reverse, and the Ace of Cups. You're recognizing that this situation is not serving of you, right? And this is kind of like a bit of a repetitive message as we go forward here. But you're getting the clarity around it. You're putting an end to the things that are not serving you, because you recognize that your personal happiness and what is fair and just is not within this given situation. It is hard when it's family and stuff to try to like disconnect from those energies, and you know, you hear like, oh, they're so-and-so to you, or they're so-and-so to you. Okay, fine. But are you adding value to my life? And I kind of feel like that's where you're at, is you're addressing who, what, when, where, why, all of those. How does it add value to where you are in this given moment? And if it's not adding value, you're having a bit of a rocky time getting away from that. Part of that may be what has stifled your energy, but I feel like that get up and go that you typically have, it's been stifled for a reason, so that you're not making off the cuff decisions. You're making decisions that are more sound about what it is that you need and what direction it is you're going to go moving forward. Understand though, Other people around you may not be happy with your decisions. Tough shit, too bad. Tough shit, too bad. Moving on, right? So, all right, Leo, let's get you guys a card of healing from the White Light Oracle. This card came out, I think it was for Taurus. Spirit Bear of 396 Hertz. Yeah, I'm pretty positive it was Taurus. Some of you may have Taurus placements in your chart. The bear is very steadfast. He is grounded. When your energy isn't as flighty and moving forward in a quick movement type of thing, you're not in this state of passion and drive, and you slow down, you can become more grounded. And this, I feel like this Spirit Bear is asking you to be more grounded during this time so that you can make sound decisions that are going to be healthy for the heart and the headspace as well. You may find that you're becoming more attracted to other things than you were before. There's a different way of doing things that's trying to present itself to you. The bear, to me, with this particular reading, he's very, very smart, very charismatic, very aware of what he needs to do and how he needs to survive. So grounding your energy and then being calmly fierce, right? You see the bear, we see the bear and we think, oh God, he could eat me or maul me or chew me up and spit me out. But until he needs to make a quick movement, he's very slow at how he progresses, right? So be that steady earth energy of the bear right now in making your movements. And then when it's time to act, you'll know when it's time to act. So yeah, let's read this and then we're gonna let you guys go. So, all right, 15, which also breaks down to a 6. This can be some, I'm gonna call this soul growth for you all. Very significant soul growth. So Spirit Bear of 396 Hertz. You are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you are going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. And I talked about earlier too, summer maybe, it's like you're waiting to get outside, you're waiting to make movement, right? The divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. The frequency of 396 Hertz is deeply nurturing and protective. It is the heart frequency of the universal mother protecting her young, deflecting negativity and refusing to overly condition the youthful mind. She looks out for them and provides warnings lest they wander too far from authentic path. But she also encourages the children to learn who they are, to courageously explore the world, and to enjoy their freedom. Irrespective of our personal experience with our biological mother, talked about mom this whole reading, right? I kept using that as the example. The divine mother energy in the soul is loving, protective, available, and kind. This inner mother loves enables us to develop our own sense of personal value, belonging, and home. In connection with the inner divine mother, we feel loved, wanted, and held. We know ourselves well enough to understand what we need, and we value ourselves enough to live in such a way that our needs are met. We recognize that we matter, not more than another, but enough to feel self-love and self-respect. We can connect to our authentic life path because we feel worthy of it. This nurturing frequency heals the heart and softens the walls which keeps love out due to past abandonment and betrayal. When we are more open to life, the path to fruition becomes more accessible and direct. When we connect with our authentic path, we can access the abundance of spiritual support available to us and make the most spiritual progress. As we let go from our defense systems, disabling fear and guilt from running our lives, instead deal with them as occasional interlopers that need to be cleared and healed, we stop fearing we will never have what we genuinely want and need. We realize we are loved, know how to love, and are naturally, innately beings of love. This frequency helps the body to ground. It helps the mind settle into the body rather than consistently flitting from one possibility to the next, creating excitement but also an excess of nervous energy. It helps the mind and body play nicely with each other, supporting each other rather than opposing each other. Then your mind won't be constantly arguing with your body, leaving it feeling bad about itself, tired or unhappy, or even angry and rebellious. In these and other ways, the 396 Hertz frequency helps reconcile the push-pull of competing interest. integrating awareness in the heart and providing a clear path to a transcendent resolution where all is working for the one higher purpose. This frequency harmonizes beautifully with the spiritual medicine of the bear soul totem. It encourages our natural ability to find the sweetness in life necessary to sustain and hope and heal our hearts. Spirit Bear connects us to the restorative power of hibernation, that deep rest of body and mind. If you are high-strung and are like many modern people find it hard to consciously relax your body and mind through spiritual practices, Spirit Bear brings the comfort and encouragement to allow your mind to rest within the body. It is as if the mind were in a cave for renewal, safe from predators and external forces, undisturbed and able to rest. This oracle urges you to go within, where there is a tremendous healing force awakening. Give it the time and space it needs to do its best work for you. Blah. I'm pretty sure that it was either Capricorn or Taurus, so somebody might have Capricorn or Taurus placements in their chart. If you're dealing with family situations with mom, you know, sometimes people just aren't to us what we would love for them to be, or what we would like them to be, or what we think they should be, right? Despite the placement of them, particularly in our lives, our whole lives. So I feel like you guys are being asked to address this moving into, I almost said October. October might be a significant time worker for you guys as you move through, what is this month? February. Oh my God. February. Groundhog's Day, literally, right? Anyhow, so Leo, if this video resonated for you, please hit that like button, subscribe, share, feel free to comment, keep comments nice. If you want to elaborate on anything that may have struck a chord with you, please feel free to reach out via email. But I think you guys are heading in a positive direction. It's just working through, you know, things that may have not just been to your better benefit for, you know, whatever reason. For some of you, this may create some anxious, fleeting feelings. But understand that on the other side of this, if you're looking for love, I think there is some type of connection that could come in if that is your thing, if that's what you're looking for. Someone is patiently waiting for you to, Spirit is saying, sow the seeds of your heart. So I'm not sure what that means for you. It may resonate. I don't know. But they're saying sow the seeds of your heart. So, you know, just the messenger here. It doesn't have to make sense to me. It has to make sense to you. All right, guys. I'm wishing you a fantastic February. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next one. Sending you love and light. Bye.